Welcome back to Brew and Boost, your weekday shot of English and global headlines. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jake. Today's topic: trillions of dollars are on the move in the US, and not everyone's thrilled.
Yep, President Trump just signed what he calls the Big Beautiful Bill. It's a massive tax and spending law, and we'll break down what it really means for your wallet and your English.
But first, time for a quiz. Emily, are you ready?
Always hit me.
The Big Beautiful Bill is expected to add how much to the US deficit over the next 10 years? A, $300 billion, B, over $3 trillion, or C, $30 trillion?
It sounds like one of those exaggerated headlines, but I'll guess. B?
Bold choice. We'll see if you're right at the end of the episode. Stick around, because now it's time for today's dialogue.
Did you see Trump's Big Beautiful Bill finally became law? That's trillions of dollars on the move.
I did, but the beauty of this bill really is in the eye of the beholder.
Especially if you're a high earner. They get to lock in those 2017 tax cuts for good.
Meanwhile, millions are losing pieces of the safety net like Medicaid and food assistance.
Right, so what does it all boil down to? Boosting the rich and cutting support for the rest?
Pretty much. And some folks still call it beautiful.
Depends on your paycheck, I guess.
Or your empathy.
Let's break down today's dialogue line by line and unpack what's going on beneath the surface.
It starts with Alex saying, Trump's Big Beautiful Bill finally became law. That's trillions of dollars on the move.
The first part is straightforward. Trump signed the bill, so it officially became law. But the second sentence, trillions of dollars on the move, is worth a closer look.
Yeah, the phrase on the move here is used metaphorically. It doesn't mean money is walking somewhere. It means large amounts of money are being shifted or actively spent and reallocated.
That includes tax cuts, reduced public spending, and new programs. So on the move signals a major change in how government money flows through the economy.
Then Maya responds, I did. But the beauty of this bill really is in the eye of the beholder.
That's a classic expression. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It means that something's value or appeal depends entirely on who's looking at it.
So Maya's basically saying, sure, the bill might seem great to some people, but not to everyone. She's skeptical, and that skepticism is framed in a polite, idiomatic way.
Then Alex says, especially if you're a high earner, they get to lock in those 2017 tax cuts for good.
Okay, let's unpack lock in. To lock something in means to make it official or permanent.
In this case, he's talking about the 2017 tax cuts from Trump's first term. They were originally set to expire, but this new bill makes them permanent for wealthy individuals and corporations.
So high earners are benefiting because their lower tax rates are now locked in long term.
Next, Maya replies, meanwhile, millions are losing pieces of the safety net like Medicaid and food assistance.
Here, safety net refers to social programs that protect people who are struggling, things like Medicaid for low-income health care and SNAP, which is food assistance.
Saying people are losing pieces of the safety net means those programs are being cut or limited. So, while the wealthy get tax relief, lower-income groups are facing reduced support.
Then Alex asks, right, so what does it all boil down to? Boosting the rich and cutting support for the rest.
The phrase boil down to is a great one. It means to simplify or to reduce something complex to its main idea.
And in this case, Alex is boiling the whole bill down to two key effects, helping the rich and hurting everyone else. He's questioning the fairness of it all.
Maya responds, pretty much, and some folks still call it beautiful.
Pretty much is a casual way of saying, yeah, that's basically true.
And when she says some folks still call it beautiful, there's a little sarcasm there. She's pointing out how people with different interests or political views might praise the bill, even if it seems unfair to others.
Then Alex adds, depends on your paycheck, I guess.
That line's great because it cuts to the core. Your opinion might depend on how much money you make. If you earn a lot, you're probably happy with tax cuts.
It's a natural, informal way of saying your financial status affects how you see the bill.
And Maya finishes with or your empathy.
This is powerful. Maya's saying it's not just about your income, it's also about how much you care about people who aren't as fortunate.
She's reminding us that policy decisions impact real lives, and how we view them might reflect how empathetic we are toward others.
That wraps up the dialogue, but wow, it's packed with nuance, idioms, metaphors, political context.
This is what makes learning English through current events so powerful.
Now let's listen to the dialogue one more time.
Pay close attention to how the phrases are used naturally in conversation. Here it is again.
Did you see Trump's big, beautiful bill finally became law? That's trillions of dollars on the move.
I did, but the beauty of this bill really is in the eye of the beholder.
Especially if you're a high earner. They get to lock in those 2017 tax cuts for good.
Meanwhile, millions are losing pieces of the safety net like Medicaid and food assistance.
Right, so what does it all boil down to? Boosting the rich and cutting support for the rest.
Pretty much. And some folks still call it beautiful.
Depends on your paycheck, I guess.
Or your empathy. Expression spotlight. Got it fresh in your mind? Good, because now we're slowing things down and zooming in.
Let's break down 5 key expressions from that dialogue and explore how you can use them in your own conversations. First up, on the move.
In today's dialogue, Alex said trillions of dollars are on the move. This idiom usually means something is in motion, changing location, or rapidly progressing.
It's super versatile. You can use it with people, trends, money, even technology.
Like she's always on the move, flying from one city to another for work. Or AI startups are on the move this year.
Important note, on the move often suggests positive energy, urgency, or momentum. But in politics or money, it can also hint at chaos or risk, depending on the tone.
So next time you hear this phrase, ask yourself, is it about exciting progress or just movement?
Second expression, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
This one's a classic. It means what's beautiful or good depends on who's looking. It's all about personal opinion.
In our context, Maya used it sarcastically to say the new bill may look beautiful to some, but not to everyone.
You'll often hear this phrase in art, fashion, or dating talk. Like, you love that painting, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It can be polite or passive-aggressive, depending on tone.
Exactly. Say it with warmth and it's respectful. Say it with a raised eyebrow and it's criticism wrapped in politeness.
Third up, lock in.
This phrasal verb means to confirm or secure something so it won't change.
In the dialogue, it referred to locking in the 2017 tax cuts, making them permanent.
You can use it in everyday life too. For example, I locked in my hotel rate before prices went up. Or let's lock in that meeting for 3 p.m. tomorrow.
It gives a sense of finality. Once it's locked in, it's done.
Be careful though. Don't confuse it with locked out, which means the opposite.
Fourth expression, safety net.
This one is rich with meaning. In the newsletter, it referred to programs like Medicaid and food assistance, things that catch people when they fall.
Originally, a safety net comes from the circus. It's the net under the trapeze artists. If they fall, it saves them.
That image transferred into economics. So now when we say social safety net, we mean welfare programs that protect vulnerable people.
You can also use it in a broader sense. I keep extra savings as a safety net in case I lose my job.
Or having family nearby is my emotional safety net.
It's a metaphor, but a deeply practical one.
And finally, number 5, boil down to.
To boil something down means to reduce it to its most essential point.
Alex used it to simplify a complex policy debate. What does it all boil down to?
You can apply this anywhere: life advice, workplace issues, even relationships.
All our arguments boil down to lack of communication.
Or this decision boils down to one thing: trust.
It's especially useful in conversations when you want to summarize or cut through the noise.
And it sounds more natural than saying in summary or ultimately.
So, quick recap of today's spotlight phrases.
On the move, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. lock in, safety net, and boil down to.
5 expressions that show up in politics, business, and everyday life.
The more you hear them, the easier they'll feel.
And the more confidently you'll use them.
And now, moment of truth. Remember the quiz from earlier?
You asked me, how much is the big beautiful bill expected to add to the US deficit over the next 10 years?
Right? And your guess was over $3 trillion.
Yep, fingers crossed.
You nailed it. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, it could add more than $3 trillion to the deficit over a decade.
That's a whole lot of money on the move.
And a reminder that economic policies are more than numbers, they affect real lives.
We hope today's episode helped you not just understand the news, but speak about it more confidently in English.
If you enjoyed learning with us, don't forget to follow the show and share it with a friend who's also learning English.
We're back tomorrow with another fresh headline and fresh expressions.
Until then,
Keep brewing and boosting.